Here's Linz.
All right, Emery, thank you. Losing my voice. Tomorrow, the Michelin Guide will release a new list of some of the best places to eat in Vancouver. The guide for Toronto was released about 2 weeks ago. So it really got us wondering, how does this exclusive list actually work? And how do they decide which restaurants get a star? Krista Faist is the founder and publisher of Foodism magazine, and she's joining us this morning. I'm so fascinated by this whole process. Good morning to you.
Good morning. Thank you.
Okay, so how does the Michelin Guide actually work? What are the categories?
So there's 3 main star categories, and then there's special awards. So you've got your 1-star, 2-star, 3 stars. Obviously 3 being the highest designation that you can get as recognized by Michelin. And then you also have green stars, which are awarded for places that kind of show an immense amount of commitment to sustainability and gastronomy that way. And then there's bib gourmands, and those are the more affordable, budget-friendly places that are still recommended by Michelin, but don't have the distinction of one of the stars.
So they're still in the guide?
They're still in the guide.
So really great places, but they haven't had that elevated star.
Well, bibs are the more affordable places.
Got it.
So you're going to have stars, you're going to have bibs, and then you're going to have recommended. So it really is kind of this whole full-rounded list, but the reason it's created this way is if you think about it, you have global travelers that are coming in, or just people that are visiting a town for the first time. They're not going to eat at a Michelin restaurant every meal.
Right.
So the guide is meant to round that out and give you places that are maybe street food or a cafe or a great lunch, because you're not going to eat at
also really expensive.
Meal. Exactly, very expensive.
And really hard to get that star.
And
so let's talk about the criteria that goes into that, because these, are they called judges?
Inspectors.
Inspectors, sorry. The inspectors go, but they go anonymously to restaurants. So walk us through the process there.
Yes, so they're completely anonymous. They pay for their own bill. They absolutely don't make any note that they are there. They visit multiple times in a calendar year anonymously, and that is because one of the 5 criteria that they're guided on is consistency. It's a really big one, actually, and it's, you know, they're meant to see that the restaurant is consistent every single time they visit. The other 4 are mastery of flavors, harmony of flavors, you've got ingredients, you've got chef's personality.
What does that mean, chef's personality? Is it the actual personality of the chef, or is it the personality in the food?
In the food.
What does that mean?
Great question. So the thing with Michelin is a lot of it is under cloak and dagger still, and it's kind of the allure about it, like you mentioned. So they have this criteria, but even to this day, 125 years later, people are still, there's still question marks around it, the allure of it all.
I kind of love that. You know what I mean? Let's talk about Vancouver's list. Will be released tomorrow. Who do you think is going to be on it?
So I'm watching 2. I know that Annalena is going to be on it. It's a fabulous, really playful, ambitious tasting menu in Vancouver. But last year when they gained their star, their chef actually publicly said that they're gunning for 2 stars. So there's no 2 stars in Vancouver yet for Michelin, so they would be the first to get it. And they really changed up a lot this year in order to try to get that 2-star.
How do you go from 1 to 2 stars? Like, what is it that's so different?
Again, cloak and dagger, but all we know is it's a step up. So the criteria for 1 star is worth a visit. The criteria for 2 is worth an entire detour.
Oh, interesting.
When you think about how Michelin was initially started. So Annalena, I'm watching because they've made these changes, and it's going to be, first of all, it would be Vancouver's first 2 Michelin. And second, you know, they've been really working hard for this 2-star. The second one I'm watching is Le Crocodile, which, if you've been to Vancouver, it's an institution. It's been there since the 80s, and it was recently taken over by culinary icon Rob Feeney. So he took it over and reopened it in June of 2024. And it's really exciting because he's adding his modern touches to a super classic, traditional French fine dining white tablecloth establishment, and he's hoping for a star, so I'm watching for that one as well.
Exciting. So the Michelin Guide, we know, came to Canada in, what, 2022? Based on the last few years of picks, what trends have you noticed in what's being selected?
So what I'm loving is people think Michelin, they think 2-star, they think 3-star, they think of Japanese omakase, they think of really, really high-end, expensive, small plates, kind of up that alley. And what we're seeing is a trend towards really recognizing Canadian cuisine and that farm-to-table movement. If you look at Toronto and region, restaurant Pearl Morissette got 2 Michelin stars 2 weeks ago. And that is as farm-to-table as it gets. It's on a literal farm. They forage everything from their garden to the plate, and it's just really amazing what they're doing. So to see somebody like them receive the 2 stars versus, say, a Japanese place that actually lost a star, it's really exciting to see. So it's a really, like, great time for Canadian cuisine with Michelin.
I love that. Well, Krista, thank you for coming in, and thanks for walking us through.
Thank you.
Now I'm hungry.
I know, me too.
Weather's after the break, everybody, including